Hi, this is Hannah E. Gets Crafty, aka Hannah Erica, and today I want to just go through the process of what I did to make this denim jacket, plain denim jacket, nice and just upgrade it, just my own unique look. I bought the denim jacket from Burlington Co Factory like a month or so ago, and it's just been sitting. Like I had a general idea what I wanted to do with it, but I wasn't set on everything I wanted to do, so it just kind of sat there. Now it is time to wear it before it gets too cold, so I got to get this denim jacket done, and I'm going to work on it today. It is a male denim jacket, extra large. um I don't have any jackets this light, and I didn't want to have to bleach it because I bleach a lot of things and just fading and bleaching. But I'm like, well, what if I just buy it already light, and then I'm gonna work on it. So I will show you each step of what I'm gonna do today. This is a nice before shot of the jacket. Just a big jacket, plain and simple. These are the three things I need to color it. We know we need the red dye. I'm not really endorsing it. It works for me, and it's the only one I've ever used. So it might be other better dyes. You need salt, and you also need some dish detergent in order to dye denim. That's the instructions for denim, or cotton basically, and that's denim. Okay, I'm not gonna dwell on the dye too much. I don't want to show me taking it out and doing everything else and washing it when you can kind of read the directions for that. So I'm not going to focus on that too much. So it's going to be skipped. But I'm going to focus on what I have to do to make the jacket, upgrade it. Okay, I'm happy how the jacket turned out. It has like that faded pink look. I did it for 20 minutes. You can also do it longer if you like to be really dark. It did look dark when I first pulled it out, so I was kind of nervous. I was going to let it sit in for 10 more minutes, but I was like, oh shoot, it's getting so dark, and I wanted to be a little faded. So I pulled it out in 20 minutes instead of 30. And after I washed it, it did fade up, so that's something to remember. Sometimes it seems darker, but then the color goes away a little bit after you wash it. I wasn't supposed to dry it, but I still dried it on like very cool, and then I ironed it. Even though it looks a little rugged, it's still pressed out. And I'm going to start the decoration. If you feel like you're getting something out of this tutorial, please subscribe. I have other posts, and I post weekly, and you'll be able to maybe get some ideas for projects. Just FYI, this is what I use. I use my Silhouette Cameo 4. I am new to using this thing and doing this kind of, printing out stuff. So I just don't want to do a tutorial on this just yet, but just to let you know what I used. Also, I have a heat press, and I'm going to just turn it on because it's already set to a certain amount, to a certain temperature to go to. For the actual heat transfer paper, I have Siser, I think it's Siser or something. Yeah, Siser. And it's Easyweed. So everyone knows what Easyweed is mostly. And I basically print out all these little kind of cool stuff. I'm going to put these on the back of the shirt. Just different ideas I had in the software, which is free that I downloaded. And I'm going to basically put all the stuff in the back of the jacket. I'm going to layer up some stuff just to make it look kind of cool in the back of it. And with the Easyweed, I can tell you that it is very much kind of better to use. And just I watched all the tutorials, so I definitely suggest to watch the tutorials because it'll save you some money, because this stuff is not cheap for this paper. And the tutorial on the actual product and just people making it, just different people give you different perspectives and give you different knowledge. I do suggest you take notes, even though I didn't, but I did waste some paper by not taking notes and not, you know, I forget a few things, and then I was messing up paper, and, you know, it's just best to watch the tutorials. Maybe sometime in the future I feel like I'm good enough to make some. Okay, in my little spot right here, a lot of things going on, but I do have my heat press warming up. It's going to go up to 305 because that is a recommendation for the Siser Easyweed, and then about 5 seconds, 5 to 12 seconds for everything. But since I'm doing some layering, I'm going to keep keep it low in the seconds until I just layer and layer. And I'll show you a little bit of it so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, the temp is ready, so I'm going to start. I laid the surface that I needed down flat. Took some time to kind of smooth it out, so just make sure it's nice and smooth before you start. What's so great about the Easyweave is that it's sticky. So I was able to kind of lay it flat, you know, and it's going to stick still. This is an embossed look, so this is just the first layer. I don't know if it's necessary, but you should put the heat transfer paper on top. There's a lot of different types. This one just came in the pack with some t-shirt paper I was using, and that's what I started to use, and it just works for me. Put the lever down and just start. Put the timer on for the countdown. Just that quick. You peel it while it's hot. Do it gently just to make sure everything's stuck. And move on to the next layer. I slowly and gently layer the second layer on top of it. And I'm going to go through the same process of covering it with the paper and giving it 5 seconds again. Okay, let's see how that did. Gently peel it off. Whenever it looks like it's going to come up a little bit, just lay it back down and put some more on it. But it seems like it's doing great. I'll move on to the next decoration. Sorry about my fingers. I wanted the good vibes and the peace sign to be side by side. So I just stick them on and they lay in pretty good. I took my time with that. I'm going to cover up everything to make sure I don't burn anything that I previously pressed, and still doing 5 seconds or so. Okay, let's see how this peels off. I was told you're supposed to peel it off wet. I've seen this lift up a little bit. I'm going to press over it a little bit more to make sure it's fine. The words seem to be fine. I'm going to do the peace sign again. I don't like the fact that it's stuck up, but I just have to cover, sorry if I got my fingers, just to cover everything up, make sure everything is protected. And then I'm going to lay it down again. Okay, I got this splatter kind of thing that I thought would be cool to layer on the bottom of some words, but I didn't want to keep ironing over what I just did, so I did it upside down, which I got to be really careful to make sure everything's going to come out right. Pick the spot on the jacket, looks pretty good, so I'm going to layer it in. Here's my finished product. I know I've been a little crazy with my camera, so hopefully I get better with that. But you see that I have the faded look. I did distress the bottom of it like when I first got it. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. I'm trying to get away from distressing everything I have. I got so many distressed jackets, but I couldn't help but distress the bottom just a little bit. And starting at the top, I layered Nappy Queen. And I thought that was cool. I want to put it on a t-shirt, but I wound up putting it on here instead. And of course, positivity with good vibes, peace sign, all things that I found offline. I found this one offline, and I just put it on the silhouette software and did a trace. And this over here, I had a splatter. I did want my splatter to be bigger, but I thought it was too big, so I lowered it, and just something you gotta learn. Had to learn myself. It was small enough. The XO was small enough for me to use the splatter, so I wanted it just to have some different kind of effect, just something different. And I think the jacket's pretty cool. It's not overstated, but it has some things on it. You know, maybe I will add something more to it in the future, but I pretty much am happy with the way it looks, and I will be putting this jacket on in about 2 days. I think it's pretty cool. You can see it. Thanks for watching the tutorial today. If you do not have a silhouette or a Cricut, and you don't have a heat press machine, don't feel like you can't actually do really good designs. I actually started with stencil, and that's something that's low cost. You can get some stencil, some fabric paint, and just be very careful and gentle and actually make great things on a denim jacket. I still have stencils. I still use them sometimes. So, but I am new to the heat press and the silhouette, so I don't feel like I should really be doing a tutorial on that. But I kind of wanted to get more practice and use it more. But I actually do use a lot of stencil for different things. Hopefully I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.